Hello beautiful people, wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Comfortino and this is Just with Comfy. If you're stumbling upon this channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Do well to hit that red subscribe button and the post notification bell. In that way you always get notified anytime I post a new video. Welcome back to yet another video. Welcome. So today is the 1st of March 2023 and it happened that today the winner of the Nigerian presidential election have been announced, and it happened to be Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC. Yeah, I don't know where I want to start from, but I feel we need to talk about this. Yes, if you watch my last video, I talked about election. I told you guys, I posted everything that happened during the election, and then I told you guys how I went out to vote and the rest of it. So I feel I should just give you guys the gist of the way the election went. Actually, from my own angle, I'm going to start from my own angle. Maybe I'll just update you guys, just a personal story on how it happened from my angle, from the pre-election to the election and the post-election. So that's actually what I'm going to be sharing. So personally, from my angle, I wasn't in my state prior, like towards the election, so I had to come back because of the election. So I came back a week to the election just to be sure I was going to vote, because I've actually had my PVCs before. I think the last election before this one, I was in my PVC, but I didn't just want to go and vote. But this time around, I was so serious about voting, and it was not only from my angle. A lot of youth agitated for this particular election. Like, they were so anxious. You see, this election, most youth wanted to participate, most youth wanted to vote. People that have not voted before, there were a lot of first time voters just like me. So I came back all the way from where I was down to my state to just get ready and prepare for the election. And before the election, everything went well. People were willing to vote. Like, in fact, if you have been following the news and the media, you will actually notice that a lot of people went out. Like, this particular election, people went out in mass to go and vote. And then when we got there, personally from my own unit, there was no issue. We didn't have issues like no stealing of ballot boxes and the rest of it. But what I actually noticed is that when I got to my polling unit, I kept asking, where are the officials, like the army officials or the security personnel sent to this polling unit? Because if you guys actually watched that video, you noticed that my polling unit was inside, like it was inside a hall. So we had to like queue up outside and then walk inside. So it was when I got inside I actually noticed that they were actually security personnel, but they were not actually interested in us that were outside like queuing, but they were just interested in sitting down. Like, they were actually sitting down. They were not working in my polling unit on a very honest ground. They were sitting down and just watching voters go in there and vote, and then just watching the box. They were not interested in the safety of the people that were outside, which were even the ones, if you ask me, were the ones prone to any risk, because anything could happen from outside. But they did not have any clue what was happening outside. Even when people were struggling with the line, there were no security operatives to say, okay, do this and do that. So yeah, that aside, we finished and I voted peacefully and I came out, which I discussed with you guys. I showed you guys how the thing went. Even that my friend that you guys saw in that video, Mara, she actually came in a day to the election. She was not in the state at the time too, so she came in a day before the election just to vote, and she arrived very late in the night. But she still, with, like, I'm just trying to let you guys know how people came out, like, despite the risk, despite the fact that there was no cash in circulation. I'm actually going through all of this to let you guys know how people waited for this election and left the important things they had to do just to come down for this election. So we went there and we voted and we came back and we started seeing the results coming out, because what the INEC actually told us was that once we finished voting, they were going to upload the result directly from the polling unit using their BVAS machine. But trust me, after the whole elections, we started seeing the results and we were like, okay, we already knew the party that was winning. Trust me, it was obvious, like it was obvious. But all of a sudden, the results were not uploaded after 24 hours. These results were not uploaded. The elections took place on Saturday, and some places did not do their voting, so they had to shift it till Sunday. Some places did their own on Sunday, and before we knew it, the results were not forthcoming on Sundays as usual. Normally when once elections are over, INEC do upload their results, as in like do announce their results, because this is the first time we're actually trying to use this BVAS machine. So they do announce their result on time. But before we knew it, results did not come in on Sunday, and then on Monday, even that Sunday, we started noticing that some funny things were happening. We started seeing videos of people rigging the elections from the collection centers. From some people came out with some ad hoc staff self came out with gist of this election being rigged from the ward level, even to the local government level, and then to the state level. And we're just seeing a lot of things, and we're like, okay, INEC is supposed to have uploaded these ones at people's snaps, because trust me, people took their time to wait in their respective polling units for the result to be counted. I've seen videos of people that waited, even some celebrities waited up until around 1 a.m. in the night of the next day, being Sunday, just to make sure that their votes were counted and were uploaded. Some people even on their hotspots for these INEC people to upload their results. But what did we see? Results were not uploaded, rigging started, even videos where army people were blocking the INEC officials that were rigging the elections, and then pushing the masses away for trying to say this thing is not right, let us go and count our votes and the rest of it. It was really sad, trust me, because personally from my angle, that morning of the election, I wasn't very strong. You guys can see I talked about it in that video. I was not feeling fine. I was really sick, but I had to plan myself. I was like, no, I this is why I came back home. I have to do this. So I took drugs and I tried to sleep, and then I just woke up. When you guys saw me that day, I was really down, but I tried to be strong, and I went and I queued up. I stood in queue. I went there around 8:45, and I stayed there till up until 2 p.m. before I finished casting the vote, and then I managed to come back. I was not able to wait for the counting, but I had somebody that waited for the counting, so the person gave me the results. But what was announced did not tally with the results from my polling unit and several other polling units. And then the rigging started, and then people started complaining. Even politicians came out and were like, this thing is, it's obvious that you guys are rigging, and this is not what the Nigerian youth want. But INEC refused to take notice of that. Trust me, this is one of the worst elections I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to tell you the truth. I know I've not lived to years of great grandparents, but trust me, the little I've lived, this is the worst election I have ever seen in my life. And here we're just being fooled, and I've not even seen the effect of democracy, because this country, there's something about my country. They just have a way of making us look as if we don't know what we're doing. It was still in this country that we're told that snake swallowed 36 million naira. Snake swallowed 36 million naira. And here we are, election that people went out. This is the first time that we have had this kind of massive number of people going out to vote, especially first time voters. And every other people, they came out to vote, and they're like, this is the person we want. But all of a sudden, the election was rigged, and then here we are, somebody that did not did not merit it got to be announced the president-elect. Like, it's painful, trust me, but at this point we're just being positive, we're just hoping. So you could even see the joy in the heart of the voters. Like, even when they were counting their votes, they did not mind. Some of them had not eaten since morning, but they were just happy that they voted and they wanted their votes to count. So they were just there counting with all joy. I even saw a video that one of the voters had to carry his own vehicle to go and pick up INEC officials to his polling unit to vote, to conduct the election, and he did that with all joy. You could even see that they were trying to organize themselves, helping the INEC officials to organize and the rest of it. But after everything, the election was rigged, and then police officers, like security personnel, were monitoring and helping the INEC officials to rig this election at the expense of the people's votes. But you can see that when youths decide to come out in a peaceful protest, you're going to see police officers coming to open fire on them. But here you are confronted with a crime, or you are allowing it. It's sad. Trust me, it's really sad. But let's just hope that justice be served, because I still believe in justice. Before we talk of peace, there should be justice before peace. And I don't know what else to say, but it's painful, it's sad, because people came out. Now it's obvious that it's not all about PVC, because everybody was like, get your PVCs ready, get your PVCs. Yes, we did. Yes, we came out. But did our votes count? We played on again, yet another time. But anyways, let's just keep being positive and hopeful. Yeah, that's all I can say for now. Because if this slides again, if we allow this to slide again, it's going to be like this country is so lawless. And here we are, they're already ordering for the arrest of some ministers of God that came out to speak and were like, this thing is not good. DSS, they have already ordered DSS to arrest Pastor Paul Eneche and several other people that are coming out to say this thing you're doing is not good. Let's do the right thing. But anyways, it's just the situation report I came out to tell you people. It's sad. It's sad, but I'm still going to let you guys know what's going on after now. But as it stands now, as of yesterday being Tuesday, the youth in FCT actually went out, that's Abuja, they actually went out for a peaceful protest, and they promised that the protest was going to continue. But we just hope that all these things end well. As it stands now, today being the 1st of March, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been announced the president-elect, and yeah, by INEC. So we're still waiting and hoping that justice will be served, because this country is a country that, if you remember the lines of our national anthem, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. How will peace reign in this country when justice is not reigning as well? We're not getting justice for things and you expect peace? I'm not instigating violence, but this is the fact. We're not going to sit down again and accept this one again from our so-called leaders. I don't want you to be my leader. Must you impose the leadership on me? I don't want you. Can't you just understand that I don't want you? Why must you lead me by force? Like, it's obvious. This is the cry of the youth. This is the cry of the Nigerian youth, which were the so-called acclaimed leaders of tomorrow. Anyways, it's sad. I'm still going to give you guys update on this particular topic anytime anything comes up. But this was just this for this particular one. I just came out to tell you guys that this is where we are. After the whole stress and everything, our votes did not count. They ended up not making our vote to count. But anyways, this will be it for this video. I'll be back again on another one. But for now, let's draw the curtain here. See you guys on the next one. For now, bye. Bye, guys.